Hi, I'm Dr. Leo Stouter, and this is Anatomy on the Beach. Let's talk about the nerve transmissions. We already talked about the tracks, so we want to talk now about specifics and just sort of put it into a practical perspective. If we look at our finger, you can see that this makes a 6. That tells us that this is going to be the area supplied by the C6 nerve. So the C6 nerve in our neck is going to be supplying this area. So if we feel, for instance, a B coming down, we feel the vibration. That vibration, of course, is going to be going through which track? If you said the dorsal columns, you'd be correct, because the dorsal column picks up vibration. Now, let's say that the bee actually stings us. Now we have pain and discomfort. That pain is going to be going through the spinothalamic tract. That's going to then go, because it's a sensory tract, it's going to be going up our arm, and it's going to be going into C6. Now let's think of the two tracks. Remember that the spinothalamic will actually go over to the other side at the spinal level. So it decussates. So the spinothalamic, or the pain, will go across to the other side, and then it will ascend to the thalamus. And then from the thalamus, it's going to be going, of course, to our sensory. And you remember that the sensory is going to be our pre or our post central gyrus. It's going to be our post central gyrus. So that's going to feel, and then that pain will then go to our precentral gyrus, and that will cause motor. So the motor is going to come down the same path, and it's going to go across and then allow us to move our hand or get that bee off of us. And that, of course, is going to go through our corticospinal tract, which is our motor tracts. Now our vibration is going to be coming in also and going into C6. But you remember that the dorsal columns do not cross or decussate at the spine. Rather, they stay on the same side, and they ascend until they get to the medulla. At the medulla, then they would decussate or go to the other side, and then they will ascend. Now this is a sensory tract, so we know it's going to go through the thalamus, and then, ultimately, to what part of the brain? If you said post-central gyrus, you're correct.